Hello my Egyptian family, so happy to see you again. I hope that you are all fine and have fantastic time. I get from you one very common and I believe basic question over and over and over, and obviously a lot of women don't know the reason or the solution, so I would like to speak about it today, right now. So let's jump to it.
For the first time of my life, I know who I am. My heart belongs to no one but Egypt. It's because of their poetry of life and freedom.
And the question is very simple. Imagine a situation. You are in love with some Egyptian man. He's charming, he's so romantic. You are in touch with him mostly online. You write every day. He tells you he will marry you. He will introduce you to his parents. Everything is really like a fairy tale and you feel fantastic with him. You fall in love with him very hard. You plan the future together, and out of sudden he disappears. Out of sudden he stops writing you. He stops asking about you. You call him, he doesn't pick his call. You text him, he doesn't answer you on your text messages. Simply, it's like he never was in your life out of sudden, and you don't know the reason. So the first question you ask yourself for sure, if something happened to him, right? You are worried about him, you imagine stuffs in your head which are beyond all the imagination. And then you maybe see on his Facebook or any other place that he is writing with other people totally normally. Then you are in shock and you don't know what to do or what you did wrong, what went wrong. In this point, I would like to say that if you would love to learn more about Egyptian mentality, Egyptian culture and Egyptian men, you can check our online course where the Egyptian man mentality is explained into the details and all of the situation and solution. So the link on this course is in the description and in the comments. So wish you good luck. Now back to our topic. And now tell me maybe you what you will do in this situation if you saw he is in touch with other people but not with you out of sudden. Can you tell me what will be your reaction? I can tell you most of the women panic, of course. They start to call like crazy, text him, they try to reach him everywhere, but it has no effect. And of course you want to know the answer why. This question you maybe probably ask yourself 1,000 times why, and you never get the answer. So today I am here to give you the direct answer. But I will not be gentle with you or somehow pretend to you. I will tell it straight to your face. So if this was your case, this happened to you, I will tell you that he simply didn't care. All of this what you have been through have been one big lie. There can be several reasons. One of them is simply he is a scammer, he is a player. The second reason can be he has a lot of women, not only you, but he was in touch and chatting and romantic stuff with many women. I know this point is especially hard to believe because you will now tell me he was in touch with me like every second, like every day, every minute, everything. But that's what they do. If they are scammers and if it's their work, so they don't mind to chat like this all the day with a lot of women and each of them to make feel special about themselves and the relationship and the love and so on. Because they are really perfect in this, perfect manipulating women, perfect to pretend on them, lie them, whatever. So simply what happened in this situation was that other woman than you interested him more, or she gave him what he wanted. Okay, maybe he never asked you for money. Not now. Maybe it wasn't the right time, he didn't feel it. But you don't know if he didn't do it with other women. What he asked him for, right? What he really wanted from his mind. Because he never reached the point. Or what could happen even in the point that he wasn't scammer, let's say, okay? But he was definitely a player with the women. So what could happen in this case is that the other woman interested him more in any way, okay, doesn't matter really, or she was faster than you, or she came to Egypt before you, you know. But in all cases, whatever it was of the point which I mentioned, this man doesn't deserve you. Unfortunately, many women fall in love very hard with those type of men. They are really extremely charming and romantic, as I told. Yes, they are. But really put in mind, and even it's hard for you, very hard, he really doesn't deserve you. Because think about it a different way. It's a big difference to be someone in a relationship as a boyfriend and girlfriend, and it's absolutely different when you get married one day. Tell me, even in case, let's say, he will revert back to you after all this happened, and you get married to him, let's say, you have a children, let's say, and one day it will repeat. One day he will also disappear out of sudden. What you will do? No, you need a man to your life who will provide you stability, who will provide you care and love and support. But the most, he will be here for you anytime you need. But such a weak man with no stability, who will love to run around with even other women and have other stuff, I doubt you want such a man in your life. So I wanted to see it, if this happened to you, actually like a blessing. Right? This man will not be the correct one to your life in the future. Well, and this is still not the worst case, let's say. The worst on this point is that many of the women, for example, okay, they pass it, okay, they cut him out of her life. Let's say they're even fine, they forget about it, but what can happen? Let's say after 1 year, he texts you randomly, he texts you, hey, how are you? And you are in shock again, and all the feeling can come back, yes, it can happen. And you are in a mess again, and what you will do? You respond him again. Hey, I'm fine, let's say, how are you? But he doesn't respond you back. He doesn't respond you back, but he knows that he got you, that he still has you. So anytime he write, you answer. He write, you answer. And in this time he can start the game over again. And believe it or not, some men really do it for fun, just for fun, nothing more. But they are not serious about you. If they are serious about you, they will never do it. So my advice to you, if this happened to you and he even texts you anytime in the future, never answer him. Simply cut him off forever. Really forever, like he never exists. Many women I experience unfortunately tell me, but I love him, I cannot control my feeling. Well, think about it also a different way. Love is not all. I'm a big fan of love. I'm one of the most romantic person in the world, I believe, and really I'm so attached to love also. But even I'm like that, I'm telling you, love is not all. Love can be for you blessing, but also big curse. Really extremely big curse, and it can turn you apart, it can break your life. So I always believe that love must go with the wisdom or your brain, okay? It's not enough just to listen to your heart, and it's not enough just to listen to your brain. Those two have to go together in your life. So even you love him, but your brain tells you, hey, something is wrong, take care. So really take care, listen even your brain. And truly, this is happening with Egyptian men more than you can imagine. Many women have been in this situation, in this trick, let's say, and they get heartbroken from it. So let me tell you again one more time. If he disappeared from your life out of sudden, he never loved you, he never cared about you. Because Egyptian has this mentality. If they really care about a woman and they really plan to marry her, he never wanna see you suffer. He always wanna make you happy, and he will do maximum for the happiness of yours, especially when it's on the start and he really planned to marry you. Well, it will not be just about words, it will not be about beautiful romantic words, it will be about actions. You know, there is one beautiful quote about a man, the man who speaks too much beautiful words, sweet words, romantic words. There is always something suspicious about him, okay? Because, every woman wanna hear those words, I don't deny it. Of course, we love the romantic, most of the women do. And they know it, so that's why they provide it to us. Because they know how to get us. Really, Egyptian men know very well how to get a woman to the point where they want her to be. But I remember I had this conversation a really long time ago with one Egyptian man, but I was still very young, also he was young, we were still kids, let's say. But he told me, and I believe that's true, he told that it doesn't matter how the men look like or what words he provides to you, but what really matters, what men make a man, is his action. So don't fall for those cheap words which every man in the world can give you, by the way, okay? But always look on his action, what he really do. Not just work with his mouth, but work actually with his actions and his hands. Okay, so I hope I make it a little bit clear for you. I know it's a very hard this situation if this happened to someone, and to get over the situation, to get away from the situation, can take days, weeks, months, years, even years. Each of us is really different personality, different character, different thoughts and wishes, desires, and so on. But I can promise you, even it's hard for you now, this bad feeling one day will disappear. One day it will disappear from your life, and it will be like it never happened before. This I can assure you and promise you, 100%. But just this, only one thing you have to do in this point: cut him off forever. Oh, by the way, if you are not still in my Egyptian family group, feel free to join. I will also provide the link in the comments and description. It's a place where I actually post my personal photos and share my personal stories from Egypt, and provide even extra advices towards Egyptian loves. So it's a group when we are really family and we can share even more private stuff. So I'm looking forward to see you there, and see you next time.